Ready?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Tayla, Andre, and even though we didn't wake up together today, we get to see each other this afternoon. What an amazing opportunity to meet Mr. Solomon J. Herbert, civil rights activist. For those who don't know, please tell them a little bit about you and why you are a history maker.
Well, I was involved in the civil rights movement in the 60s, the early 60s. I was the national second vice chair for Congress for Racial Equality with Jim Farmer, who was our leader at that point, and then I think he was followed by Floyd McKissick. And it was a very turbulent and exciting time in our history, and I was happy and proud to be a part of that history.
And it's history to meet with you today because you now are the editor-in-chief
Yes.
of Black Meetings in Tourism. Can you tell us a little bit about this magazine and why this should be in every African diaspora?
Well, this magazine now is about 23, 24 years old. When we started, this, and by the way, our target audience is people in the travel industry and the meetings and hospitality industry, so travel agents, meeting planners,
Travel agents, meeting planners.
and folks who work at the hotels, at the airline industry, convention and visitor bureaus. When we started our publication, there was only one black-owned hotel. There was only one black general manager at a hotel. That was in D.C. And there was, I think, 15, if I'm not mistaken, 15 African Americans working in all the convention and visitors bureaus across the country. Now, there's like 500 convention and visitors bureaus, and Atlanta had 2 of them, so that means there were only 13 or 14 rather, CVBs that had black folks work with them. So there was a lot of work that needs to be done, and so we certainly can't take credit for the progress that's been made all by ourselves, but certainly we got the discussion going, and we kept focus on it every year, and we've made some progress. A lot more needs to be done. Right now there are about 10 African Americans running convention and business bureaus, and there are less than 100.
A little closer, sit right here.
Less than 100 general managers of hotels. So, but we've made progress in ownership of hotels. I think right now there are about 500 black-owned hotels. So, when you consider there are 55,000 hotels in the U.S., there's still just a drop in the bucket.
Absolutely.
We have a lot further to go.
So I love call to actions. I think as far as you said, there's more work to be done. And I think we personally need to do that work. I know a lot of us want to call on others and seek the assistance of, government, but we need to do that work ourselves. What call of action would you call out to those industry workers, those hotel managers, people that are in travel and leisure?
Well, I would say the larger job has to be done by the travelers, by people who go to conferences and conventions. If you go to a hotel, to check into a hotel, or if you're a meeting planner and you go into a hotel just to book some business here, and you come up to the front desk and you don't see anybody that looks like us, I don't know why you're there. Or I don't know why you don't ask the question, where are people of color, and get some sense of who they're hiring and who's being promoted at hotels. Same thing with cities. When you go to cities, because the meeting planners, before they bring a conference to a city, they have all sorts of meetings. They go to site inspections. They ought to ask the question. Now, it doesn't mean that it's going to change overnight, but if they start asking the question, and if organizations stop going to places where they're not being supported, then things will change. It's all about money. But unfortunately, some of the meeting planners, they feel, people, just not meeting planners, but black folks in general, feel a little uncomfortable about raising that issue and wanting to know why aren't we getting a better deal, why aren't we getting more support. But we can't, if we don't support ourselves and if we don't champion our own cause, who will?
Absolutely. So, as far as meeting in tourism, do you do any work in Boston, or have you been to Boston? Can we look forward to you coming to Boston?
We've written about Boston on a number of occasions. We have, in fact, I don't know if you were looking through that, one of our most influential, his name is Michael Michael Munn. He's in Boston, and he works for the convention. And
Michael Munn?
M-U-N-N, yes.
M-U-N-N.
He works with the authority there, the convention authority, and he's been very supportive in the past. And so there are some key people around the country that are doing what they can to support the industry and to support us as spokesmen in the industry.
Okay, last question, because I don't want to occupy all of your time. I saw in the beginning how it seems as if your son, your wife, maybe even a daughter is involved in this magazine.
Well, my son does, he did the cover of this, and he does a lot of the graphics in the magazine. My wife, who you just met over there, she is our associate publishing editor. And then we have some of our nieces and nephews and who will work with us, and my brother, Hazy, does an article or two for us. So we do try and spread it in the family as much as possible, but one of our missions, in addition to trying to make a living, is to give folks an opportunity, and people of color an opportunity to write and to edit and to do their artwork and use their photographs.
Wow. And they can contact you directly. How do we, I asked that to ask, how do we start family businesses and then keeping the work in the family? Because that's something we lack drastically.
Well, I guess it just depends on finding a niche. Finding something that, there's really nothing in the world that's totally unique, but I think very often I see in our community, people just coming up with the same idea and wanting to do the same thing all the time. And when you do that, you're just competing with so many other groups. So if you have to have a little different twist, a little different approach to what you're offering, and if you can do that, you have a chance. Now, as far as keeping it in the family, it just depends. Different families, there's some families that just can't work together, and that's unfortunate. But we've always tried to support one another and work together as much as we can. And when you can do that, believe me, you have people you can trust. Because a lot of times when you bring other people into your business or your enterprise, very often they're honest, but sometimes they have a different agenda, and you have to just be aware of that. But usually with family members, if you're a good, solid family, you don't have to worry about that with family members.
Absolutely. How can we reach you? How can we find you? How can we link with you and learn more about you as a history maker?
Well, we have a website. It's www.blackmeetingsandtourism.com, and all of our contact information, all information about our publication is on there. In addition to the magazine, we do other things too. We have we have a website. We have digital magazine. We have a newsletter that goes out. But other things we do, and this is something that we're going to be hearing more about in the next few months. We are having a program that's just starting. Actually, the first event is going to be next September, 2017. It's called the Champion Awards and Mentorship Program. The Champion Awards are going to be given to Black elected officials who have made a special effort to support tourism. And when we say support tourism, it's not just a matter of bringing people into a city or bringing people into a neighborhood. It's making sure that the people in that neighborhood, in that city, and in that community benefit from tourism. Because there's a lot of instances where a large group will come in, they'll spend millions and millions of dollars in the city, and none of it or very little of it gets down into the Black community.
Absolutely.
So we are really supportive of those elected officials who are not only helping to support the industry by making sure they have the resources to bring people in and infrastructure, but also that they're doing things to ensure that people in that community of color are benefiting from the tourism coming in. So that's one aspect of the program. The other aspect of the program is that we are going to be mentoring young people. We're going to bring one African-American male and one African-American female from every state. So that's 100. We're bringing into, it's going to be at the Marriott Marquis Hotel in D.C., which is the largest hotel in D.C., and it's also a Black-owned hotel. And we're going to have this program. We're going to have a mentor. Every young person will be assigned to a professional in the industry who's going to mentor them. They're going to all be there. We're going to bring chaperones in for them as well, provide them with transportation, rooms, the whole 9 yards. And this way, introduce them to the industry and help them, and then the mentor will work with them for a year. He'll to see them during the course of the year several times, and to, let them shadow them when they're working, that kind of a thing. So we're just trying to do what we can to ensure that there's a pipeline of African Americans coming into the industry who have some connections and some support, which they haven't had in the past in any large degree.
That's amazing. Well, I want to thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for introducing me to Black Meetings in Tourism. And
Well, it's my pleasure, and I'm glad that you asked the question, because it's always encouraging to see young people who have an interest in doing something in our community, and you obviously do.
I do. Thank you. Can I have a hug?
Sure. You never get enough of those.
Thank you so much. Out here in California, Wake Up with Tayla Andre. We weren't able to wake up together today, but we got to see each other this afternoon. So I thank you, I love you, and I appreciate you. I hope you have an amazing day.